Hello, it's Jen. Happy Friday. I hope you all are having a wonderful week. This has been a really weird week, I've got to say. I thought yesterday was Monday, today was Tuesday, but it's really Friday and it's time for the weekend again. Who else is ready to get back to a regular schedule and just not be confused about random days off in the middle of the week? I am definitely. So, I wanted to hop on and share with you one of the biggest lessons that I learned from 2019 and how I'm trying to put that lesson to work in 2020 so that I can be ready to make new mistakes and new challenges and all those kinds of things and thusly learn from it. Okay, so my biggest challenge, my biggest lesson from 2019 was learning firsthand that my words have power. And it's very interesting because I'm sure that I've learned this lesson many, many times. And like you, I mean, this isn't, groundbreaking information. You may have learned this already. You may have had this happen, but you just didn't put it all together. But your words have power. The things that you say, you can bring into being. So if that can work for positive things, it can also work for negative things. And this, it really made me look at how I was viewing situations around me and how I was viewing things and, what serves me and what doesn't serve me. So let's say we can take a look at it from the negative. If you feel like you're in a negative situation, you're not making enough money, you don't have good role models, you're hanging out with the wrong people and those kinds of things, and you keep saying, I've got this and I don't know how to get out of this. I just keep doing the same things. You're probably going to see more of the same of that. If you say, I want to see more positive people in my life, I want to make more money, I want to do more things, and then you put things into place to start doing those things, changing the people you hang around with, getting a new group of friends, those kinds of things, you're going to see some big changes. So I'm going to break this down. I'll kind of give you a couple of examples of what I wanted this year. And the funny thing is a lot of this stuff kind of didn't happen. I didn't really have like this change in a lot of things until the very end of the year, the past couple of months, like the last quarter almost, maybe last half of the year, we'll say. So it was always a plan for me to go and work more full-time once the kids were both going to be in school. So that was always the plan. I've been personal chefing for the past 8-9 years. And, I love doing that. It's fantastic. It's, cooking is my passion. Cooking and fitness and travel, those are all things that I love and really want to find a way to do what I love. But a lot of my clients that I cook for go on vacation or business trips or whatever for long periods of time. And so I was really trying to figure out what did it look like for me going forward for more full-time work and that kind of stuff. So I was put in a position that I had to figure that out. So the first thing to all of this is I think you need to get really clear about what it is that you actually want to see. Because if you're not clear about what kind of outcome that you want, it's very hard to set those steps in place to be able to get there. It's kind of like if you're putting stones across a little, river or a little creek to get across. You need to put those little stepping stones there so that you can get to that other side, to that success or to that next, big stepping stone where you are working your way up towards success. So be very clear about what you want and then figure out how you're going to get there. So I knew I wanted to get more full-time employment. So that means that I have to figure out how I can translate being a mom and all the skills I have from being a mom and owning my own business and put that down onto paper in one page of paper for a resume to make myself marketable to the business world. That's really tough because I'm looking at this and saying, I've got just from the past 8 years of owning my own business, I've got a lot of experience. From being a mom, I've got all this wonderful experience in conflict resolution and wartime negotiations and all these things. And employers are looking at me like, oh, you don't have any experience. I was a manager at a huge hotel in Baltimore City. No, I don't have any experience. So you have to really, anyway, I'm getting a little bit off topic. You have to really break it down and put all that stuff together. So I wanted to get a job. I got a job because I looked at the things that were important to me: fitness, being able to be home with my family, being able to be there, all those things, put all that together in a list, being able to go to the 4 o'clock practices that we have for different sports, put all that together and found something that worked for that. Still wanted to be able to do all the things. I wanted to feel meaningful in the workplace, like I was doing something that, helped me grow personally. I got that. All these things I put down and I got. And I told people this is what I want. I would tell employers when they said, what is the most, what's the most important thing? I said, I need to have the flexibility. Not necessarily flexibility, but my home life is the most important thing. And I was very transparent with that. So if you figure out what you want and then you put it out into the universe and keep telling people and sharing about it, those things will come. If you say, I can't find anything, I'm not strong enough, I'm not big enough, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, you're not going to get there. So, positively, your words have meaning. Negatively, your words have meaning. So that's just one big thing with that. I'm looking at my notes because I wrote down stuff to try and keep it a little bit on track. Get clear about what you want. Make a list and check it twice, just like Santa. And don't feel like a victim of your circumstances. Put in the work, make the change, and make things happen. So that is my biggest lesson from 2019. Words have power. And so I'm looking forward into 2020 and making sure that I keep that in mind in all the things that I do. I can sit here and say all this stuff and it's great, but the fact of the matter is negative things happen. They happen every day. It's how you bounce back from them and how you react to them that really makes the difference. So I'm making sure that I'm not letting people bring me down. I'm not letting people what I think their expectations of me are. I'm not letting that get me down. I know I'm focusing and I am keeping my eye on the prize and making sure that every single thing that I do is going forward in a positive manner because I've got proof that it works. And I hope that you find that too. So go ahead and share with me some positive things that you want to see happen in the future, and we can brainstorm together and figure out what steps we can take to make those things happen. I hope you're having a great Friday. I'm excited for a nice weekend. It's the last weekend before the kids go back to school, so we're just going to snuggle and enjoy it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and enjoy it with people you love and doing things you love. So have a good night. Thanks.